Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you my everyday makeup drawer for October. So in my everyday makeup drawer videos, what I like to do is go through my makeup collection, pick out products that I haven't used in a while that I want to start reusing, or newer products in my collection that I want to test out for the month, and set them aside in a separate drawer for the month so that I could use them more consistently. And I'll also be sharing the products I picked out in September, the products that I ended up liking, and the products I ended up not liking. So if you guys are interested in finding out what's going to be my everyday makeup drawer for October, then just keep on watching. Alright, so going back into my everyday makeup drawer for September, there was a bunch of things in here that I used a lot and I'm almost out of, or I ran out of my Becca corrector after almost a year. This lasted forever, and right now I'm using my Benefit corrector. And I'm going to kind of go through my other correctors before I repurchase this, but you guys know this is one of my favorites and I'm definitely going to repurchase it in the future. I love this Speed Plump Moisturizer from Soap & Glory. It's super refreshing, super hydrating. It reminds me of the Too Faced Hangover RX. It is a moisturizer, but I've been using it as a primer. I'm going to continue using it as a primer slash moisturizer. So I definitely recommend it if you guys want to check that out. I tried out a couple other Soap & Glory products. I tried out this Mighty Contour. It's like a bronzer and a little highlighter and blush, all cream products. I didn't really like this so much. This ended up looking a little bit red on me. The formula isn't bad. It's just a shade. This medium shade ended up looking a little red. So I wasn't really a fan of using that. I tried it out like twice, but I did not like to continue using it. I really did like this number 7 bronzer. I already know that I like this, but this is an awesome bronzer. You can get it at Ulta. It's in the shade Golden Sand. This is my favorite shade. I have another one too, but this one's really pretty because it's really warm and it's so silky. The actual formula itself is really silky and smooth and not powdery, and it's really affordable. I also tried out this e.l.f. bronzing duo in Turks and Caicos, and I didn't really like wearing it too much, or I would mix these shades together and kind of do it as like a bronzer topper. The darker shade is a little reddish on me, and then the lighter shade you guys can see is kind of like a weird shade because it's supposed to be like a darker highlighter, but it's also kind of like a bronzer shade, so I didn't really know how to wear it, so I didn't end up wearing that too much. I definitely prefer the e.l.f. bronzing duo in St. Lucia. That's like my ride or die. Definitely a lot more than this because of the shades. Like the shades in this were just not flattering on me. And then some of these single shadows I didn't end up wearing because so many eyeshadow palettes came out this month, and even more are coming out. So I think I'm just gonna be realistic about, like, I'm really just gonna be using the new eyeshadow releases. Like, there's more palettes that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys in the next couple weeks because so many releases have been happening like crazy every other day. One of them is the Just Peachy Mattes palette. You guys know I put this in my favorites. I'll leave my review above me as well because this is an awesome transition shade palette. I've mentioned it in a few videos already, but it's just gorgeous. And it's really warm and just a really pretty palette, as well as the Colored Rain palette that I mentioned in my favorite. So I've already gone over these palettes, but highly recommend this one. It's a staple for fall, and I think it's like a little underrated. Then I didn't end up using these palettes too much. I really like these shades of the Pure Contour Diary, but I haven't been doing like a really strong contour lately. I've just been using a little bit of like my Marc Jacobs bronzer. I'm like super low key with my contour, so that's why I didn't really use it too much. And I actually want to keep this in here this month because the new glow kit came out. I'm not going to purchase it because to me these look so similar, the new Anastasia glow kit and the Sweets glow kit from last year. I believe Butterscotch is in the new glow kit. I think one of these shades at least is in the new glow kit, so I'm gonna keep this in here so I can do more looks with it since like similar shades are in this one. And I totally forgot about that Tarte palette back here. I'm gonna keep this in here too because that literally just was lost until I just saw it. So I'm gonna keep this in here. It's their Rainforest After Dark palette. Love the blush and the bronzer and stuff, so I'm gonna keep that in here. Remember to use it. So after I pick everything out for the month, I'm just gonna move this to the front of the drawer so I don't forget about it. I use the Stila glitters a lot this month. I do have a tutorial that I'm gonna put up on Instagram. I was wearing it in my like holiday makeup video using the Diamond Dust. I just love these so much. I'm going to use them a lot during the holidays. So I'm going to put them back in my drawer for now, or back in like their normal spot, because I'm just going to be pulling these out regularly. And then I was wearing the Desi and Katie lip colors a lot, especially this one in No Shade, the lipstick. I was wearing that a lot. I have the liquid lipsticks back here that I was wearing too, but I want to do tutorials using both of these shades. Like I have looks in mind with both of these, so I'm going to keep them in here for this month. And then I was also wearing the lip toppers from Jouer. I wore a lip topper a lot throughout the month with different lip colors, just so I could like switch up the look of lip colors. So I'm gonna put these away, but I still really like them, especially rose gold. It's one of my favorite. And then I obviously haven't worn this lip color from e.l.f. yet. There was so many times this month where I would do a nude or a brown lip and then just use a lip topper, one of these from Jouer, the Dose of Colors one, or just other ones in my collection. But this month I know I'm gonna wear more vampy lips. I have some more vampy looks in mind. And then Sauvage from the Dose of Colors collab with Katie and Desi, I want to do a look with that too. So that's basically the products that I used the most this month. I was still wearing the Lancome foundation. It's a little light for me, so I've been mixing it into some of my other foundations, but once my tan completely fades, I'll definitely be wearing this more throughout the fall because I really like the formula. So that is everything that was in my drawer and worth mentioning for September. So I'm going to empty this out and get into the products for October. Alright, so moving into my foundation, concealer, powder, everything like that drawer. And there's some things I want to just like completely get rid of by the end of the month and do a little bit of like a project plan with. One, I was looking at the Naked Skin One and Done. I put this in a everyday makeup drawer maybe like a month or two ago, but there's like so little left that it like annoys me because there's like maybe 4 or 5 uses left. So I definitely want to end up using this up by the end of the month. And also my Bye Bye Pores by IT Cosmetics. There's still a decent amount left, but I want to see if I can get close to done with this because this is one of my favorite primers. And I used it so much that I started getting like worried that I was gonna run out, and then I put it away. So I definitely want to start using this again. It's like a really awesome primer because it's pore filling and hydrating at the same time. I also need to start wearing the Essential Skin Primer by Kim and Kwan. This is an awesome primer. I never wear it because it's so expensive, but like it's just sitting in the back of a drawer, which is not useful at all. So I definitely just want to start wearing this because it's not worth just sitting in my drawer and not actually using it because I do love it. And then also I got 2 new foundations from Charlotte Tilbury. I told you guys already in my favorites that the Magic Foundation, I've been wearing that a ton, and I've tried this out maybe 2 or 3 times already. This is the Light Wonder foundation. I want to start wearing this more throughout the month because it's more lightweight. And then maybe one more foundation. I wear all my foundations a lot. Like I rotate through them pretty frequently, so that might be it. I might just leave my Lancome foundation in my everyday makeup drawer to mix with this because this is a little bit darker. It's not like too dark on me or anything, but I feel like if I mix those together, they'd be a perfect shade. And then, oh, I want to use this Pixie powder. I put this away because the packaging is pretty inconvenient. But I was watching Samantha March in her video. She just like completely unscrewed the powder puff from this, so I want to start using this more and just do that too. It's a little bit messier, but the actual product inside is pretty good. Then I need to go ahead and finish up this Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. This is actually my all-time favorite primer. There's like 1 or 2 uses left. Literally by this weekend I will use this up. I actually got a full-size one I haven't put in this drawer yet, so I just need to go ahead and use this up. I feel like all my foundations are at a point where they're all like kind of halfway used up. So I'm gonna leave them all in here. And then I also wanna pull out my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer because I have not worn this in forever. I've been using this a little bit to spot conceal or use as an eye primer, but this is completely full, so I wanna start using this more. That's everything from this drawer. Moving into bronzers, blushes, highlighters. I rotate through my highlighters a ton, and I just got this one yesterday. I've worn it already. It's really pretty. It's a new e.l.f. highlighter in collaboration with That's Heart. It's so pretty because it's 2 shades, and one's like icier, one's really bronzy. So I'm going to pull that out for the month. I've been wearing Maybelline, my e.l.f., my Ofra. Like, I wear them all. I actually haven't been wearing my Jouer highlighters as much because I like them so much that I stop wearing them in case like I run out, even though they're still like pretty full. So I'm pulling out Citrine, which is really pretty. It's like a champagne color. And then my favorite highlighter of all time, which is Jouer Topaz. I have not worn this since like maybe the beginning of the summer because I've been trying out so many other highlighters, so I'm excited to start wearing these again. Then I need to declutter this deluxe sample from Too Faced. It's their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's been in my drawer for like 2-3 years and I don't want to get rid of it, so I don't really want to declutter it. I want to hit pan on it and then get rid of it or finish it up. So I'm almost, it has a pretty significant dent in it and I want to hit pan on it this month because it just keeps sitting in my drawer. I keep looking at it and it makes me annoyed because I never use it. So I need to do that. And then I always just use my Marc Jacobs bronzer, my Buxom, my Makeup Geek, or my Butter bronzer. I'm really picky with my bronzer, but let's pull out the Pixie bronzer because there's like barely a dent in this one. This is probably the one I use the least, but I really, really like this bronzer in summertime. And then if you guys watch my channel a lot, you know I wear the Physicians Formula Butter Blush so much and I hit serious pan on it. Totally gonna finish it probably in the next week and I'm not gonna let myself repurchase it until, let's say, my birthday, which is mid-November, just because I need to get more crafty, or not crafty, creative with my blushes. So I'm going to be pulling out 2 of my favorite blushes from the Balm Beach. This is like a peachy nude blush. It's really warm and pretty and natural. And then Cabana Boy, this one is more rosy and like purpley. I'll show you guys the shades. Okay, so Cabana Boy is a little bit dramatic. I totally forgot. It's really purpley, but I used to be really into purple blushes like this. So let's see how I feel about it throughout the month because I totally forgot how dramatic it is. But then the Balm Beach is actually really similar to my favorite butter blush. It's so natural. It basically looks like a setting powder. Such a nude blush. Let me show you guys a comparison. So they're a little bit similar. The butter blush is definitely a bit more cool tone, but I don't think I'm going to see a huge difference on my face wearing this one versus this one. So I'm going to start wearing this more and start making a dent into these blushes. And then lastly, I need to decide if I'm going to keep this in my collection. I purchased this the week that I got married, so I've had this for a while. This is a contour stick from Maybelline. I used to really like this, but then I started wearing a lot more high-end contour products, so I don't know if I like them in comparison to some of my favorites like Anastasia and the Benefit one. So I need to test this out because it's just been sitting in my drawer for months and months and months. So I'll let you guys know if I still like this and how I like it compared to some of my high-end contour products. Alright, so my eyeliner, mascara, brow product drawer is always difficult because I use everything, but nothing's used up. So everything's like half used. Like all the mascaras, I use these all the time. My newest one, I think I should pull this out for the month. I've used it maybe twice so far. It's the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. They sent this to me maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I've tried it out and it does have a wand that's more, it's like a bristle wand. It's not a, it's a plastic wand is what I'm trying to say. There we go. So it's focused and you guys can see it's more of like wider bristles, which aren't my favorite since my lashes are really, really short. But I'm going to test it out and see how I like it throughout the month because it's also not like a really clumpy mascara either. So I've been out of my Brow Wiz for like the past week and I've been using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I clearly lost the cap on this, but I think it's actually almost out of product, yeah. So I'm actually just going to put this in my drawer so I could finish it up probably by this weekend too. And I'm definitely going to repurchase that. That's like a really awesome brow product. It's my favorite from the drugstore. It's like Anastasia, Benefit, and the L'Oreal one are my like all-time favorites. And then I haven't used this Brow Tamer brow gel from Urban Decay this year. So I need to use this up if it's not already dried out because it's been sitting in my drawer forever. I keep going to my Gimme Brow or my L'Oreal one. So I want to use this up. It's tinted. I haven't used it because it doesn't have brow fibers in it like the L'Oreal or the Gimme Brow, but let me see if I still like this one because when I got it I really liked it. And then I totally want to use the Anastasia Dip Brow because I just feel like I always go for like bolder brows in the fall and I haven't used this in forever and there's still like a bunch of product in here. Like this is pretty like significantly full. It's gonna take me a while to get through this, and I always like to do a little bit more of a dramatic brow for the fall. So I'm gonna pull this out and start playing with it more. I do like it. I like the formula a lot. The only reason I don't use it very often is because it takes me like 3 minutes longer to do my brows with this versus a brow wiz or a brow pencil, and I'm like really lazy about it. So I just need to start using this more so I can get more of like a defined and like bolder brow look. And then I'm also just gonna pull out these two gel eyeliners, this one from Sephora and then Stila and Damsel. The Stila ones are my favorite high-end ones. I never purchase them because they're like pricier. They're like 20 bucks. And a lot of times I just use this from Maybelline, the Lasting Drama that's like kind of nasty. But I've purchased like 6 or 7 of these. So I'm going to use these 2 for the month and go through them because I have so many like half-used eyeliners. And I just need to like use them up and then start using a new one and not have like a million open all the time. So that's gonna be everything from this drawer. Next for eyeshadow, I'm actually not gonna like think about it too hard because there's some palettes coming out this month that I'm gonna test out, like the Tarte Toasted palette, and then there might be some more that I end up picking up. This one is going to be my next video review. I've worn it already. I would think I was wearing it in my intro. The new Prism palette. I'll show you guys a little sneak peek. Prism palette from Anastasia. So I'll do a comparison to Subculture and let you guys know my thoughts about the formula, all the shades. I had no trouble so far, but I still need to play with like some of the more cool tone shades and also like the darker purple shades. And then I also want to play with the Huda Beauty palette more. I haven't really picked it up since my review video because there's been other palettes that I've been testing out for reviews. So I want to start using this more and do some more bold looks with this for like Instagram and stuff. So I definitely want to use this, and then those are going to be the only 2 eyeshadow palettes that I put in this drawer since there's new palettes coming out that I'm going to be using throughout the month. So my lip products are kind of always all over the place, but this is where I keep the majority of a lot of lip products and like newer products that I want to test out. And then I also got some new products from Grande Cosmetics. They gave me this whole collection of lip products. I did a lip swatch video with them and I will post that on Instagram soon, but there was a couple shades while I was swatching them that I thought would look like really cool for this fall. I think this one, yeah, River Clay. It's like a grayish brown color. So I'm definitely going to be wearing that because I love lip colors like this for fall. Alright, then I just pulled out a lot of my minis from Kylie Cosmetics and I want to use them all up this month. Like, I wear these a lot, but I want to really use them up because she'll come out with some holiday collections and a lot of similar shades or probably like repeats of these. So I want to use these up because some of them like are almost all the way used and they're just like taking up space. So I have Candy K, Ginger, Exposed, Dulce K, which I was wearing in my last video, and then Kristen, which is like one of my favorite reds of all time. I want to use every single one of these up this month because I'm tired of having them like almost all the way used up and just kind of sitting there. And then I'm also pulling out this really vampy lip from Pure. This is in the shade Rebel. I just want something like really dark and vampy. I've been seeing a lot of tutorials like that and I just like really like lip colors like this for fall. Just something like really grungy, really dramatic, and really bold. So I think that's all that I'm going to be pulling out from here because there's a lot of nude colors in here. There is one more color that I want to look for, and it's Noisette by Jouer because it's been a while since I've worn it. I think I might have a mini of it. Alright, so I'm also going to use this mini Noisette from Jouer. I have a full size somewhere. It's probably in a purse that I haven't used in a while, but I'm just going to pull out this mini so I could use it while I'm filming and use this up because I do have a full size. And this shade, I lived in this shade last fall, so I definitely want to start wearing it again because I feel like it's a really like pretty flattering. I'll swatch it for you guys. It's like a brownish cool tone shade, but it's not like super brown either, so I really like it and it's really pretty for fall, like fall makeup looks. Alright guys, so this is everything in my everyday makeup drawer for October. A bunch of new products, a bunch of products that I really want to hit pan on and use up this month. So that is everything I'm going to be using. Definitely let me know what you guys are going to be using for October in the comments. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.